Hello everybody, and welcome back to Minecraft. So I've done quite a lot since the last episode, lots and lots of stuff. So I think first things first, I'm going to show you around what I've done, and then we're going to make a start on our factory, where we're going to put all our machines and stuff. Let's go! Alright, so, as I said, I've done quite a lot. These trees have grown really crazy, wow. First thing, I built a little house. Just for somewhere to put my bed. I don't really like how it looks, to be honest. I'm probably going to redo that. I'm not really happy with it. But, you know, it's somewhere to put our bed that's not underground or in a factory. Other things I did, I basically cleared out all of this all over the place and put torches everywhere. Because as you saw in the last episode, we had a bit of a monster problem. Just a little bit. After that many deaths, I thought maybe we should light the place up and stop myself getting murdered quite so much. Also, we've moved our entrance to our little mine area. It was over here. Don't worry about that, we'll get to that later. So now we have the entrance through the ravine into our mining area. Very nice. And I've just set up some basic posts here. This is where our first bit of factory is going to go. I've also done a crazy amount of mining. Like a hell of a lot, so I've got loads of resources, and also went off into that forest and got myself some nice saplings and stuff that I think I'm going to plant later, different bits of wood, got clay, basic resource gathering in other words, because I figured who really wants to watch a whole episode of me just going and mining and collecting basic resources? Where's the fun in that? So yeah, first things first, we're going to build our factory. We've got a load of stuff here that I've prepared in advance that we're going to build our factory with. Oh, I just remembered I've got this armour. This is stuff that I just picked up from zombies and that kind of stuff. Some of it was actually in surprisingly good health, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's see, how cool do I look? Anyway, yeah, going to build a factory with all of this stuff that we have in here. These are carpenter's blocks. These things are great. Basically, you can just put them down anywhere. Pretty easy to make, as you see. And you get these wonderful slopes as well, which look like so. But the cool thing about these is that you can basically just plop a block on them and it will take the form of that block. It will look like that. So I think I'm going to make the roof out of those. I think that'll be quite nice. Yeah, anyway, let's start building the factory. Okay, and we're done. I think that's okay for now. But this is just the start. In theory, I'm going to have another huge one over here, and then have another one of those on either side. I think that's where I'm going to go in the end. But for now, this will do very nicely. Right, so first things first, let's start on some machines. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to need to make is a heat generator. That's what I'm going for. Let's double check the recipe. There it is. Cool. So this is just basically a really dead basic generator for power, which we're going to use to power... Oops, have I done that wrong? Oh, I put iron in there instead of osmium. Oops. This is basically, yeah, a dead basic generator. It just gives you a little trickle of power, barely anything really. But it is the first step on getting your way to full automation. So this is going to go next to another machine that I'm going to build, which is the metallurgic infuser. There it is, found it. And that is iron, redstone, osmium, and another 2 furnaces. Well, I can knock out these 2 furnaces, so I'm not going to be needing them. And I have some redstone in here, quite a lot of redstone actually. Like I said, I did a pretty big mine. And what else was it? Iron, cool. We've got all that. So, furnace and furnace, osmium, redstone, and iron on the outside. Here. Let's grab the rest of our iron and pop that in like so. Cool, metallurgic infuser. Let's go and plonk this up next to the heat generator. Or possibly on top of, actually. If I remember rightly... Actually, that should hopefully transfer power next to it. We'll stick it right on top of it for now. See what happens. Oh, I've got some coal on this. Excellent. So if we burn up some of that... Cool. Stacking up, and that should hopefully be transferring power there? No? You don't want to, do you? Well, it's stacking up loads of power in here anyway, so that's fine. It's going to store it in the internal buffer. Let's try popping it down there then. Any power then? No? Or maybe it would be that. That would probably make sense if I stick it on this front face that's got a hole in it, and that looks like where a cable should go in, eh? There we go, now we're getting power to it. Awesome. So what we want to make is enriched alloy, and that is essentially redstone combined with iron. So let's make a couple of those. Put some more redstone in for the sake of it. And that will make us enriched alloy, which is how we're going to make our wind turbine, which is a much better source of power, especially for the early game. This thing's okay, but it's not fantastic. Running off coal is not great. You don't really be using up natural resources all that much, and coal's really useful. Especially later on when you're making steel with these things. So sustainable type of power is really good to get in the early game. So we have 3 enriched alloys. I can't even remember how much I needed. I've just made 3. Wind turbine. There we go. And that needed 1, 2, 3. Needed 5 in total. Cool. So let's just do a couple more of them. Let's go and get some more iron. Okay, so we've got everything we need for our wind turbine, I think. So let's go ahead and make the parts we need. So we can see that we need a circuit. I'm going to use this control circuit from Mechanism, because that's much easier right now. So that's just some enriched alloy that we got from the redstone and the iron in the enrichment chamber, and that makes a control circuit. And then we have to make these energy tablets, which are pretty easy. It's just 3 gold, 2 enriched alloy, and 4 redstone. Now, a good thing about NEI, this is the mod that shows all the items along here and shows the recipes, is you can, if you hold shift and click this question mark, it'll just plot all the items, if you've got them in your inventory, into the crafting table in the right pattern. So cool, let's just drag those 2 out of there. And then finally we can make this whole thing. So let's just shift click it again, and boom. Oops, nope, that didn't work. Okay. If you hold shift, it also stops the item that's rotating. Sometimes you have to catch it on the right one. So let's boom. No, doesn't want to work. Oh well, sometimes it doesn't. 3 hours moon, and cool. And boom, 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 boom. And the 2 energy tablets makes a wind turbine. Sweet. Awesome. Okay, yeah, we got a wind turbine. Now, I don't really want to stick this in here because, well, in theory it shouldn't work too well because it's an enclosed space, but also it's really noisy. So we're going to make some cables and have it out the back. Now, I'm making the universal cables because I just like using them, they're great. But for that we need steel. So we are metallurgically infusing iron with coal, or it calls it carbon once you put it in, and that makes enriched iron. Now, if you metallurgically infuse that again, that will turn it into steel dust, which you can then smelt to get steel ingots. Perfect. Nice and easy. There we go, steel dust. Nice. We've got our steel dust. Now let's go downstairs and smelt that up. We'll soon have an electric furnace. Probably, yeah, we'll get a nice electric furnace from Mechanism and stick that up there as well. So we're not relying on burning coal for all this stuff. And just use the power that we're generating from this wind turbine. Alright, we're getting steel. Awesome. Okay, so let's make ourselves some cable. So that's just steel on either side and redstone in the middle, and that gives you 8 cables. So I've made 16 of them. Awesome. So now I'm going to go and wire this up so it just basically goes straight outside. And I think I'm gonna... where do I want it to come in from? I think I'll just drill it straight through the wall and I'll cover it up later, basically. Boop. Any monsters? I think we're good. Anyway, yeah, let's just back it up over... Let's stick it on here. That should be far enough away. See what I mean about the noise? It's not that loud, but wow, does it get annoying if you had it nearby. So let's just run this cable straight back across. Alright, so we've got our cable coming in. Sorry, I had to go and make some more then, just because I hadn't made enough. So now we just basically want to get rid of this heat generator for now. It will come back into play later because if I remember rightly, you can basically place this above a block of lava and that will just passively generate power just through the heat from the lava. But we don't want to just pickaxe this thing because it's got loads of power in. If we pickaxe it, it will pick up fine, we'll be able to pick it up, but we'll lose all of that power. So what we're going to do instead is make ourselves a wrench. Okay, there we go. Boop, 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 and boop. Cool. Crescent hammer. Just what we need. Oh, I've got a crafting station to put up here as well. Boop. That's what I meant to do. Right, so the crescent hammer is very useful. If you right click the top of the block, it will spin it around, which is quite useful if you've got things that have only got one output side or something, or one input side for power, things like that. But if you hold shift and right click, it picks it up, but it doesn't lose the power. So if I plumb that back down, you can see it's still got loads of power in there. Cool. So that saves me wasting any of that. Boop, pick up that, and let's get the cables out, I think. Cables can go there. And let's just plop down cable along here for machines. That'll do. That'll do for now. This is all temporary, really. I think a lot of this stuff's going to go in the main factory when I build that, and this will become sort of an ore processing room, I think. So let's plonk our metallurgical infuser back down. And now we have power. Okay. So this heat generator, that can go back in a chest for now. Okay, so we've got our basic power setup. That's good because next I want to make myself a pulverizer. A pulverizer is pretty useful because they basically let you turn all your ores into this pulverized dust. You get 2 dust from 1 ore each, and they smelt into bars. So 2 bars from 1 ore instead of 1. So for that we need a pulverizer. It looks complicated, but don't worry, it's not that bad. So for that we need a machine frame. This basically is just 4 iron, 4 glass, and a gold. So let's make us a one of them. Oops, let's get in that. 4 glass. Oops. 4 iron, and a piece of gold. There's the machine frame. Next we need a redstone reception coil. So let's make us a one of them. Boop. And then we need a piston, 3 wood, 4 cobblestone, a piece of iron, and a piece of redstone. Easy. I think I've got some iron left in here. Ooh, just 1. Perfect. Iron and wood. And I've got some cobblestone in here. No, cobblestone. There you go. Boop. Cobblestone there, and redstone. Perfect. Piston. Then I just need 2 flint and 2 copper. I've got the 2 copper there and 2 flint there. So let's shift click that in. Boom. We have a pulverizer. Awesome. So I can get started on doing some proper ore management. Or ore production rather. Alright, so the main reason I wanted the pulverizer is because I want to make a block breaker. This will all become apparent soon, I promise. So this looks complicated to make, but it's not too bad. The main thing that we need is the Invar. That's the most complicated thing to make, and you make that from smelting Invar blend, which is basically pulverized ferrous metal. There we go, that one. And 2 pulverized iron. Obviously there's lots of different ways of grinding up metal, so there's quite a few different things that you could do it with. But we're going to use the pulverizer way of doing it, so we need quite a decent amount of these. So I'll be back in a little bit after all this is done. Alright, there we go. I've pulverized up some iron and some ferrous metal, so just going to split that, and boom, Invar blend. Let's take all of this nice stuff, and let's go smelt this up. Actually, you know what, rather than wasting coal, let's make ourselves a redstone furnace to go next to our pulverizer. So this is basically just a normal furnace that works off power. Again, fairly simple to make as these thermal expansion machines are. Remember this one, it's just iron, gold and glass, so let's make us a one of them. And another redstone reception coil, gold and redstone, make us a one of them. Bip bip bip. And need some bricks, which I went ahead and made already. And a couple of copper and a redstone. Makes a redstone furnace. Excellent. So let's just plonk this down here. Alright, so you see these colours on the side of these blocks? That is essentially correlating with these. So blue is input. So this machine is currently inputting from this side if there was something there to put in. Which I think is good actually. I'll stick a chest down there maybe and stick some ores in. Now it's outputting to the red side. If you look on the configuration here, see that the red side is on the right. So that means anything that is outputted in this machine will automatically output into this machine. Which needs to make sure the input side on the left is blue. So that's good. So this one will let items in from the left and smelt them, and it will output them to the right if there was something to go into. So again, I'll probably put a chest here for things to go out, and a chest here for things to go in. So we can just have a nice little production line. So things will automatically get sucked in, pulverised, smelted, and dumped out. Which would be very nice, I think. But for now, let's just cook up this invar and start making the block breaker. Wow, that thing's fast. I forgot how fast that was. Damn, I'm glad I made this thing. Alright, so while that's cooking, I'm just doing what I was saying about making a little production line. I remembered you can't actually just put a chest here, because it won't suck it in. So what we need to do is make a hopper, and then we can put a chest on top of that, so it will feed it into the machine. So let's make a hopper, which is just iron in a chest, nice and simple. Boop. Let's make another chest to go on top of it. In you go. And that will do nicely. Let's plonk our hopper down there. Now as you can see, this thing isn't actually feeding in. The graphic isn't showing up right. Shush, zombie. But if you hit it with the crescent hammer, you can see that now it is. It's joined up there, and it's going to feed into the machine. Shush, zombie. So now if we chuck all of our ores into here, then they will start feeding in. You see it going down, getting fed into the pulverizer. Cool. And that'll get fed into the redstone furnace and outputted into this chest. Cool. Let's take our invar and let's make a start on the block breaker. Alright, so block breaker. As you see, we need invar pickaxes, invar gear, and these other things that we've seen before already, but we also need plastic sheets. Oh no, plastic sheets, they sound really hard. Don't worry, they're not at all. You just have to re-smelt a rubber bar, which you get from smelting raw rubber. Simple as that. So let's quickly do that. Smelt this. Just chuck that out of there. Don't need it right now. Alright, there we go. We've got ourselves some raw plastic from re-smelting those rubber bars. I'll just combine those in a square, and it makes 4 plastic sheets. Perfect. So now we need to just make an invar gear. Dead easy. 4 ingar on an iron. Boom. 1 of them. And we need to make some invar pickaxes. 2 sticks and 3 invar. Makes sense. So let's make some sticks. Boop. 2 of those. 1 and 2. 2 invar pickaxes. And done. And then we need a machine frame again. What do I not have of that? Oh no, it just didn't want to work for some reason. Oh, I don't have enough iron. Let's quickly go and smelt some more iron. Actually, I should have some more in the chest. Oh, I've got loads. Never mind. Boom. Okay, let's make the machine frame. And gold. Boom. And another redstone reception coil, like so. Is that everything, I think? Yeah. So, should be able to shift click that. No? Doesn't want to work. Fair enough. Boop, boop. 1 there. 1 of you there. And that. And 2 iron. And 2 plastic sheets. Awesome. Block breaker. Sweet. Alright, so we've got this block breaker, but now I want to use it. So you can see if we just plonk this down, it's not going to do a lot. That's because it needs power. And I'm not going to be using it up here, I'm going to be using it down in the mines. So I'm going to make myself a little battery by the name of the basic energy cube. So I've quickly made myself some more steel and some more enriched alloys so I can make this. Because we need to make a steel casing, 4 steel around an osmium. Very easy. And we also need to make ourselves some more of these energy tablets. Gold, redstone, enriched alloy, all easy. Oops, that didn't want to work for some reason. Oh, I haven't got enough gold. Whoops, I'll be right back. Ah, there we go, we've got 6 gold now. Awesome. So what's that? An energy tablet. Make 2 of them. Cool. Alright, so let's combine all those together. 2 energy tablets, steel casing. some redstone in the corners, and some lapis. Excellent. Basic energy cube. Awesome. So let's just plonk this thing right in there, why not? So you can see the energy cube has one face that's got a bar over it, whereas all the others are blank. That side is the output side. All the others are input sides. And of course you can rotate that around the crescent hammer. So let's wait for that to charge up a little bit, hopefully. Because we haven't set anything to output, so it should just fill up and suck up all the power. And also we're going to leave this there once we're done with it down in the mines, just so we'll have a nice backup of power. Because having all these things running at once is kind of taxing on that single windmill, and it doesn't quite provide enough power to do all of these at once at full speed. So having this will be a nice backup for when all these things are going at once. Alright, let's wait for this to charge up. Okay, that'll probably do for a basic amount of power. We don't really need this thing full, because we don't need that much power. So let's take this thing back with the crescent hammer. And you see it still, it still holds its power if you do that. And we're going to head down to the mines. Oh, wait, no. Oh, hello, Enderman. Can I help you? Well, if you're going to chill there, then I'll be fine over here. Yeah, sorry. Before we go into the mines, we need to make ourselves a bucket. And I'm actually going to make myself a second one, just so I can bring some extra lava back up here. That's right, we're going to go mine some obsidian. Ah, yeah, here it is. I thought I'd lost it again. This is where I found a nice bit of lava. So now I can show you why in the hell I made this crazy contraption. I'm just going to grab some cobblestone here to make myself a little mould. That should do. Oops. No glitch there. Grab some cobblestone. And I need that actually. Should sort away for now. So we're going to have our energy cube there. Energy cube cable, block breaker can go here. Oops, wrong way around. Boop, boop, there we go. And we are going to put some cobble there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Oops. And we are going to shove... Let's cut off the corner of this. Don't need that there, just so we can get around it a bit easier. Oh, bugger, I forgot to get water. I'll be right back. Alright, got us some water. So we're just going to plonk that down there. And I'm going to set up our energy cube here. And have it outputting this way. And plonk down some universal cable there. Boop. And that should hopefully be working. Yeah, you can see the face moving. That means it's working. Cool. So the entire point in this was to get obsidian. And this is definitely a fast way of trying to mine it all, because that takes forever. So just plonk it in there, block breaker breaks instantly, and we have obsidian. Cool. So I'm just going to keep doing this for a little while, maybe exhaust this little lava pool, so I have enough to build a portal. Be back in a bit. Oh, looks like I've run out of power. Ah well, that should be plenty for now. I've got 21 obsidian. So let's take all this back up. There you go. I'll just leave that here in case I want to come and get some more sometime. Cool. So now we're going to go and build our nether portal. But that's going to have to wait until next time. So as always, thank you very much for watching. I've been Strewdel, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.